Welcome everyone. I will be your DM for tonight. My name is Nuno Teixeira and I'll be guiding very special people tonight. They're not here yet, but let's go and announce them. First up, we have Ricardo Lopes playing as Edmund Oliverus. So come wherever you are. Ricardo, you can show up. Me? Yes. Where'd you come from? Where'd you...
I wasn't ready for this.
Sit down or your character dies. Thank you.
That is highly unfair.
Next up, we have Rita Telhada playing as Hilia Samir. So, come out. Next, Francisco Fernandes playing as Mr. Thaddeus Crane. And last, but well, maybe also least, I don't know, Bruno Ribeiro playing as Neef or Monkey. Now, this will be a surprise even for you guys. I will stand up for a second and I will give the audience a few tokens. You will be able to use these tokens to either force a reroll, so if they roll bad, you can give them another chance of succeeding, or if they succeed, you can give them another chance to fail.
Oh shit.
Additionally, you can use these tokens at any time you want. Just put your arm up and say, oh, they should find this item or that item. For example, some mundane items, of course. For example, a crowbar or a piece of rope or something like that. So that you have those two options, either an item or advantage or disadvantage. So I'm going to stand up for a second.
Guys. Audience, please be kind.
Please don't.
Bubblegums to everyone who is kind to us. And chocolates too.
Okay. Now that's out of the way, let's dive into whatever we're going to do today. Let's see how this goes. So it's time to dive into Quest Implausible, guys. Any questions before we begin? Perfect. No questions.
Can you be kind to us?
I am always kind to everyone.
That does not reassure me very well.
So, to set the scene. The day is grey and rainy. The sound of rolling thunder fills the air around a little cliffside road, leading to an abandoned, partially rotting wooden mansion on the edge of said cliff. As the sound of waves crashing mixes with the impending storm, a murder of crows takes flight from the salt-dried wood of the mansion, causing a cacophonous arrangement of sounds as the murder of crows goes directly via the road. First roll of the night. 2. Hilia, you look up just in time to see this flock of black omen-carrying birds fly past you. Ahead, this house stands, imposing and uninviting, but you know this is the place you need to go. The orders were clear. You need to head to safe house number 6, and this is it. You press on and reach the old oaken double door, already ajar, and enter it without any other thoughts. As you step in, you're immediately faced with an empty, naked, although even corridor. The walls are stripped of any decoration. There's no paintings, no portraits, but you do see that once upon a time there were paintings and portraits. You see the mark of the whitened wallpaper on there. As you step further in, you are faced with cloth and sheets covering all the old-looking furniture, and they are covered in a light but thick layer of dust. Suddenly, your ears start adapting to the silence, the utter sounds of this room, and you start hearing a fire crackling, you think? Some voices, maybe? And you follow that noise. And soon you are faced with a set of double doors. Closes you off from what seems to be a study of some kind. What do you do?
I'll try to listen in before knocking.
Make me a perception check.
Oh, wait. All right, that's a 12 plus, what's my perception? 12 per 6, so 18.
Okay, it's 18. You hear what seems to be, of course, the fire crackling, and you feel like heat is emanating from the door itself. The room is warm, opposing the feeling of the house, which just seems cold and uninviting. And from the inside, you start hearing some muffled voices. You can't really tell what they're saying, but some of them have a familiar tone to them, you think.
Well, since this is where I'm supposed to be going, I'm gonna knock and go in.
All right, very well. You knock on the door, the voices stop Thank you. Stop immediately, and you step right in. Inside the room, you obviously find the source of the crackling and the heat you've been following. Sitting in the room, you recognize a few familiar faces that you can only assume are here for the same reason as you are. So the rest of you, in order, let's describe your characters. Let's start over here.
Okay, so I'm sitting near the fireplace, and you see a guy wearing a ponytail, not with a very funny face, it's just quiet, and has simple skin, not very bright, very plain, and simple clothes, large clothes. And I look at the door, and I nod. Welcome, Ninja.
Mr. Crane.
A couple of seconds later, there's also a familiar face looking at the fireplace with one hand behind his back. As he hears the door opening slightly, he says, "Well, discipline just came in. Or should I say, the lack of it." And you now see this tiefling, blue-skinned, with 2 horns, white hair, very slick, white hair, all back. And he's dressed up just like a butler, just like some fancy red, kind of like velvet scarf or something close to that. And that's it. That's how Thaddeus is.
Edmund?
And after that, you see a young man, about in his 30s, brown hair, about neck long, tiny goatee, in very fancy and elaborate blue clothes, adorned with these little golden adornments. And it looks like that man was recently pacing, and as soon as you enter the room, he walks towards you and says, "You're late. This is not how our organization works."
Fashionably late, darling. Please.
And Julia, tell me, what do they see when you walk in the room?
Well, they see somewhat young half-elf female with red curly hair. Some of it pulled back in a very long ponytail, and she's wearing like rider's boots with heels though, and some leather riding pants, and I guess a somewhat long coat with leather armor beneath it. But you can see that though the choice of clothes isn't exactly the most feminine, the cut definitely is. These are very fine clothes. They were definitely made for her. And she has a hat. Very weird kind of hat. Just a quirk.
Very well. You also see a 4th individual as you walk inside the room. Next to the fireplace stands a short individual, a halfling man, it seems. He's holding a cane and seems to be shifting most of his weight on his right leg. He's sporting a neck-length, slick, long, straight brown head of hair. And as he turns around to face the newcomer, you can see an extremely handsome jawline and piercing blue eyes, and his complexion also very fair, except for his teeth. They seem to be slightly off-centered. You, of course, all of you, know these to be Tormahan brews, or for friends and colleagues, Torm brews. You know him to be the leader and most capable agent of the rapid response unit you represent, of the Five Whispers, the secret organization you are a part of. If he's here, it means serious business. And the only reason why he's probably not doing this job himself is because recently he had to undertake a very secret mission to eliminate a spy that was posing as himself, committing crimes in his name. And he got injured in his leg in the process. That's why he's limping. So, as you walk in, and he turns to you, Helia, says, I was saying, Mr. Crane, Helia must have been arriving shortly. Good evening, Miss Samir. How you doing?
Evening.
Very well. Please take a seat. Let's get straight to the point. One of our best, Agent Sunburst, died retrieving the very sensitive pieces of information. Apparently, there was a sunken ship found at the edge of the Peerless Mist, south of the capital city of Valian. Some kind of nobody archaeologist found it and sold most of the items to someone in the city. Agent Sunburst then proceeded to track the items for any possible dangerous magical artifact and found out that one of the items contained a very, very toxic and contagious arcane virus. Spiritually locked to it somehow. We're not sure. She managed to send this message to us before she faced a horrible, horrible death. You see, her items have recently been found next to a horribly melted and wilted corpse of enormous quantities of acid, I think. I'm not sure. Good things, though. We have since been able to track the whereabouts of the artifact. Apparently, it was sold to some kind of company in Valian, some Viriani estate enterprise. I'm not sure who owns it or who it belongs to, but this is the name we got. And word has it, there are plans to auction the items off tonight aboard a private floating Zeppelin device. They say it's stationed above Valian, so you need to go south. But keep in mind, a lot of influential people from an awful lot of places will be there. Try to make yourselves unnoticed to whatever extent you can. Play the part of a convincing socialite while planning on you will retrieve this dangerous item. Mr. Crane, I'm sure it will be no problem for you, but as for the rest, please try.
Yeah, I came dressed up for the occasion.
Brilliant. Well, you always are you not?
I just look at Ilya.
Please, I know I'm not the most upstanding member of my family, but I do come from a noble family.
Oh, I never said anything.
I know I was adopted into it, but...
I also didn't say anything about that.
There, Mr.
I know my manners.
There, Mr. Oliverus. You know she's sensitive about some topics. Let's let it go. Just let it go. Anyway, I will be dropping you off from above, aboard our own aircraft. And he unfolds a piece of parchment on the table. And seems to be some kind of very roughly sketched blueprints of a Zeppelin device. And he says, there's only one way to enter unnoticed. He points to a spot in the top of the device. A hatch on the top part of the device. The device is rigged with noise detection alarms, but they will have to stop because they need to engage the cyclic aeration process to refresh the air inside. And because it's so noisy, they will have to deactivate the sound alarms for like 30 minutes. Actually, exactly 30 minutes. So your job, lady, gentlemen, will be to go in and out within this time window. You need to find what the item looks like, where it's kept, where it's being kept. You need to find the blueprints, the actual blueprints, not this rough sketch, to plan your escape. And you need to deactivate the secondary alarm system. All within this time limit. After this time window closes, your chances for a clean job are gone. And you're on your own. I will not pick you up. Improvise an exit strategy, but please, if you do things correctly, you'll be in and out within the 30 minutes. Here. And he goes inside his pocket and hands each one of you a coin-sized stone. Use these to communicate amongst yourself. I have one myself as well. If I'm in range, you'll be able to contact me on emergencies. But if I'm not, I can't just stay there waiting. I'll need to go, and I'll pick you up once the 30 minutes are gone.
Excuse me, Sir Bruce.
Yes?
In which cavity should we put this little stone?
Mr. Crane, just hold it in your hand, please. It's not that hard. Do not insert it in any cavity.
That's an option.
I mean, unless you really want to insert it in a cavity, that's completely unnecessary.
If you excuse me for 2 minutes. And he walks out of the room.
That's why I keep quiet.
Rest assured, Mr. Bruce, the mission will be accomplished in all the efficiency that this organization has been known to undergo.
Thank you, Mr. Olivers. I hope so.
As long as some people behave.
He waits for 2 minutes.
Mr. Crane comes back.
Okay. Now that Mr. Crane blessed us with his presence again, we can go back to planning. Mr. Crane, as the face of this team, you will have the task, as soon as you go in, navigate yourself to the main hall, and talk to the guests. Try and find out who knows what the item is, where it is held, what kind of security it has. Whatever information you can find.
Very well.
Miss Samir,
Yes.
you will have to find the engineering room, steal those blueprints. It's your only way to navigate quickly enough through the underbelly.
I'm great with maps.
There you go. I hope so. I really, really hope so. Mr. Oliverus,
At your disposal.
I know you are quite proficient with the arcane, and you are one of keen minds, are you not?
Oh, thank you. It's not that much.
I will leave the task of deactivating the secondary alarm system to you.
Very well.
He looks at Monkey, which is partially drifting asleep by this point. Mr. Niff, your task will just protect them, all right?
I'll try my best.
Thank you.
You know, you could use that keen arcane mind of yours to fix my familiar.
It is not my fault that you have no affinity to the arcane whatsoever. I will help, but I can't find talent where it is not.
Look at it! And I snap my fingers and an owl appears on my shoulder. He just refuses to be anything else. I've been trying to turn him into a cat for years now.
Well, it looks like a fine animal to me. Why do you have to hurt his feelings?
Why does it always have to be an owl?
Don't you like owls? Owls are wise and intelligent.
Owls are fine, but Archimedes is not just an owl. He's a familiar. He's supposed to turn into other things.
That is troubling.
At this point, Mr. Bruce is actually looking at you guys. What the hell is happening? What have I done?
Sir Bruce, and this is the reason why I put stones in cavities.
How is this freaking related to stones in cavities, Mr. Crane? Enlighten me.
One day.
Oh my God.
Honey, as long as they're your cavities.
He looks at the four of you. You are an arcane wielder. You are an arcane wielder. You are an arcane wielder. You'll be fine. If you mess this up, and you contract the virus, your magical abilities will be gone.
Good thing I have a rapier on me.
Just letting you know. Take this seriously.
Sometimes it feels like a blessing.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought, guys. Focus. All right. Let's go. The Five Whispers is counting on you. Do not screw this up. Any questions?
Mr. Tavius, is it really that efficient to place it in cavities?
Oh yeah.
I stare at my stone. I discovered a whole new world. sorry, I got distracted. What were you talking about?
Questions?
So I was going to get the blueprint, right?
Yes, Miss Amir.
Yes.
And
Shall I go over the plan
it's
again?
It's fine if there are any, I don't know, interesting objects on the way that seem to find their way out of there.
I do
by
not
chance.
care what you do in your free time, Miss Samir. As long as you execute the mission as it's supposed to be, you can do whatever you want with the rest of the items.
I love this coat. The pockets are so big.
Scene fades. Next up, you are aboard the Night Cruiser X, the Five Whispers aircraft that you're gonna use to embark on this Zeppelin device owned by the Viriani estate. And you arrive to your destination. You can see the three-layered city in the distance, built of limestone and marble, that you recognize, obviously, as being Valiant, the capital city of the United Nations of the Val Coast. In the background, a massive floating Zeppelin stands above, a good maybe 400, 500 feet above the city. Of the upper ring, of course. Mr. Bruce says, as he's carefully going through the plan over and over while you're making your journey there. There it is, agents, your positions. And he starts opening a hatch on the bottom of your device as well. And he hands you a rope to each of you that's attached to the aircraft. And you hear a voice from inside the cockpit, the pilot, you assume. Agents approaching in 4, 3, 2, 1. And the hatch completely clunks open. And you, Mr. Bruce, steps back a little bit, and you all hear in your heads as he speaks to the coin-sized stone. Which, by the way, Mr. Crane, you need to hold it to your mouth to speak.
I did not think about that.
So now, if you don't extract it, you can listen, but you can't communicate.
I'll do.
Oh, it was in his ear. Good. So yeah, so you hear the voice inside your head, Mr. Bruce's voice. Cyclic aeration protocol initiating in 10, 9, 8.
Mr. Bruce, can we go over the plan one more time just to make sure everything is just perfectly
3,
clear?
2,
Just
1.
Really?
Go, go, go!
I'll, before I jump, I'll quickly hit my cane on
Okay.
the bottom of the ship, and I'll change my face into a face of a human, an old human, balding, still with the same mustache. And I'll
Okay.
jump.
Perfect. So you change your tiefling visage to a human appearance?
Yes, correct.
Perfect. And who's going first, guys?
I'm going first, of course.
You're going first? Perfect. Okay. You jump, and the jump, as you jump, the rope that it's attached to you, you see that has a rappel break of some sorts. But as the aeration protocol initiates, you feel like a huge suction force from the inside of the other Zeppelin, just like dragging you inside. I need you to make an athletics check to see how well you can face off this sucking force.
8.
Okay, so you try and you hit the brake, but the suction is so intense that you just go straight in through the other hatch. You fall a good 20 feet, probably.
Could I, in the middle of air, transform in a monkey?
Perfect, so you transform into a monkey. I'll give you advantage, so you can roll athletics again if you do that.
That's better. 13.
13, okay, so you only take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you kind of to your monkey form, so you take only 1 point. You revert back to monkey. Okay, perfect. You see this happening, everyone else, as you're still asking to go over the plan once more.
Can we go over? Is that a monkey?
Basically, that's what happens. Who's going next?
I guess I'll go next.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Roll me an athletics check.
Okay. Oh Lord. 11.
11. Okay, so you kind of, it's a little dodgy, but you make it to the hatch level and you kind of break. How are you gonna just release the rope and fall down? No?
Yeah.
Okay. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you fall down. Oh.
Not within protocol.
I'm going next.
Ladies first, please.
I
Go for
said,
it.
as an Archimedes flying first. So this is a natural 20.
Okay. So you see as Helia just goes down and with a lot of expertise just pulls on the brake immediately. Stops, not where you stopped near the hatch, but it stops like close to the floor. Detaches the rope. Easy. Who's left?
I can do this. I can do this. A wielder of the arcane arts can do this. Tiny things. Oh God, thank you. 3. Wait. -2, so 1.
Yeah, you see as Edmund jumps down with the rope and just manages to tangle his left leg where the brake should go. So as he's trying to brake, he's just like putting pressure on his leg, basically. You take 6 points of a mixture of piercing and bludgeoning as the rope is eating on your leg as you smash down on the bottom.
The inferior equipment.
You notice the stone starts, someone's speaking through the stone, just in time to hear a big 30 minutes, actually 29 minutes, 45 seconds. Move.
Anyone good with counting time?
I can do that. So just, do we have the blueprint? Or the
No.
I guess I'm going to find
we
out.
had
You had a rough sketch, yeah. So you know you're in the top parts. Actually, now that if you take a moment to look around, you see that the inside of this floating machine is a clever machination of equal parts cloth and lightweight metal. And you also, especially you, Edmund, you feel there's a lot of arcane cleverness imbued in this device. There's some kind of magic involved with it being able to float with so much metal inside as well.
And we are supposed to find our own way in. There isn't anything specified in our mission plan.
From now on, you're on your own.
I would like to take a look around and see if there is an entrance that's easier for us to go.
Make me an investigation check.
Brilliant. Oh my god.
They don't know how technology works, guys. Give us a second.
And regarding the...
It's 4.
4. What the hell is this place? Metal and cloth and it's a corridor, but I mean, it goes straight. Yeah.
I'm used to roads.
Master Nymph, pay attention. We are doing something here.
So, all of you also notice that the noise of the aeration system is pretty loud. So you feel like you can probably progress without worrying about stealth, like noise-related stealth. Perception-related, maybe you should be careful, but apart from that, it should be fine.
Well, being that I am a man knowing of the arcane arts, do I see anything that stands out as regards to this device mechanism or something that allows us in?
Make me an investigation check as well.
It's 3 again. But investigation, it gives me 9, which is not that great.
9, okay. I mean, there's probably no clever way of going about this. You try and look around. There's a corridor that kind of goes straight. Maybe if you move a little bit, you can find the way. You're not sure.
Anyone proficient in scouting?
I'm already going. I'm already going.
Okay.
As soon as it's
are you going like with speed or with stealth?
I'm
No,
looking
I
at
will
my own, like,
back to the corridor and go as fast as I can, but not without
Keeping a low drop. Okay, make me a stealth check.
Ooh. So are you still in monkey form?
No.
Oh.
13.
13. Okay, so you feel pretty confident because I mean the noise is pretty deafening. So as long as no one sees you, you should be fine. As you go straight to the corridor, it kind of forks left, and you see there's someone there. Doesn't seem to notice you, but there's a guy.
I raise my hands.
Halt. Okay. There's a man there dressed in like dirty, oily clothing. It seems to be. It's quite hot inside in this part, actually. It seems to be tinkering with some sort of metallic part.
He's not. He doesn't look to have any weapons with him.
He has some
Kind of hammer or something like that.
Yeah. He has a set of tools. Does everyone approach?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so you go up to
Stealthily.
where. Okay, roll me stealth if you wanna. You can do it stealthily.
I will try to be stealthy as I take my cane off of the ground, and I'll put it like underneath my arm, and I just clamp it a little bit, and then I just go.
That's 22.
Ooh.
That's a
Someone is
25.
on today.
Ooh.
19. Now you're all good.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Okay,
Eddie the
so
stealthy wizard.
you are pretty confident that you are going stealthily, but as you approach where Monkey is, you clearly see what he saw. Someone working and tinkering with some sort of equipment. He's kind of kneeling down, and he's on in your path. So, what you guys do?
Hey, Ilja, I can be a little monkey just to annoy him, and you guys tackle him.
Tackle him?
We
That's not really my speciality.
Do
we
whatever
taking
you
him
are good
out.
at, man.
Are we taking him out? Are we just like trying to knock him unconscious or something?
Yes, I think that's the best thing to do, make him unconscious.
Well, I approve of the distraction.
Or you can be the distraction and
No.
I'll knock you around.
I
Come
did
on.
not say that, my sir.
Are you afraid of something? Come on.
Yes, I am. It's dangerous.
Get quiet.
Well, I'm sure he's
At
going to
this
tell you,
point,
oh, I
the
can
hammering
create my own
stops for a second, and
distractions."
he kind of looks over.
Well, I just want to know if we're going to incapacitate the man, or if we can find a way to somehow go past him without ever troubling the poor man who's just doing his work.
I'm afraid we don't have time for these discussions, Master Edward.
The hammering stops.
That is true.
I will cast.
You will cast.
I'll cast something. No, I will cast invisibility on myself,
Oh, I thought there was something going somewhere entirely different. Okay,
and I'll start moving towards him.
Okay, so immediately you gesture the somatic components, and Mr. Crane vanishes, and you hear this faint footsteps.
I want to prepare hold person in case anything goes wrong.
Okay, so you stand there guarding, preparing hold person.
And
Anyone else doing anything?
I'm just getting ready for something.
Okay, so you reach where the man is. What's your
I
plan?
will switch my cane into my sword, and I will strike him.
Are you stabbing or just?
I am stabbing through the neck.
Okay.
That was not necessary.
So it's like a
number below.
it's like a 15.
Yes, that hits.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
it's a guy in a dirty tank. Oh, wait. We have someone from the audience wanting to use the disadvantage on that strike. Give me the token. Throw it.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I agree with that disadvantage. I don't want to kill the man. He's just doing his work.
Disadvantage.
He's receiving an honest
It's
place.
okay. I got better.
So, still, he got better. All right, so you strike him. Roll your damage.
My damage is 10 plus 3, so it's 13 of damage.
How is it 10?
It's sorry,
It's 8.
A D8.
D8, yeah.
My bad. So it
Players,
begins.
man.
Yeah, I know. 6 of damage, 6 points of damage.
6. Okay, well, that's enough. It's a guy in an oily tank top, as I said. You're gonna go, and you see as the form of Mr. Crane appears again, but this time, instead of being next to you, it's holding a rapier straight up the engineer's neck. You Pick it up.
Is it raining?
Raining? No.
Damn it. I guess this will be bloody for a while.
Yes. Especially because it's inside the Zeppelin.
Excessive rain. Excessive? Aren't you the face? Aren't you going to be all bloody?
Let's go.
Was that really
And I start
necessary?
to move.
Ew.
Okay.
I pass through his
Make
body.
me survival or investigation checks to try and navigate. If anyone wants to help or do the same, go for it.
So Monkey's doing it,
Yeah.
and we're helping him?
It's very good. It's
Roll
innate.
with advantage because he's helping.
Oh, thank you. Thank God.
Careful with the metal part.
22.
22. Yeah. So easy enough. You go through the metallic corridors of this place. I mean, it's a fairly complex structure. You feel like without the blueprints, it's quite hard to navigate, but you manage to do it. You take a while. You feel like you take about 10 minutes or so, which is not ideal, guys, but I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
it's good. It's good. Could be worse. And you reach the populated area of the Zeppelin. You find rooms, and you see in the distance there's a big door that you assume is the entrance to the main hall where some of you should be going.
Ilja.
Question: do I see any like portraits or I don't know anything that has images on it?
Maybe perception check.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, you see portraits.
Okay, I see.
You see
all of them.
two that catch your attention immediately. You see a man, probably in his late 50s, you reckon. White, greyish hair, a bit of baldness already going on, fairly rotund, dressed in extremely fine clothing. And another one that strikes your attention because they are actually very similar. You feel like they're related, but it's a young woman, very beautiful, neck-length blonde hair, piercing green eyes, dressed in a very elegant gown as well.
Very well. I'll continue.
Okay, very well. You reach the set of double doors that you assume leads to the main hall, and I forgot to mention, but obviously you are dressed in party attire. You still have your armor and everything underneath, so you're packing heat, but consider that you are properly dressed for the evening.
I'm always properly dressed.
Correct.
Hey Hilja, should we pair up to look for the blueprints?
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. What about the alarm system? If I recall correctly, that is what will enable our arcane powers?
Yes, Edmund. That's in the 10th time that we talk about the plan. That was your job.
Well,
so
since
when we find the blueprints, you will know where is it?
Finding the blueprints will be much easier with the help of arcane arts.
Sure, but how?
Well, what was the plan again?
That's what I thought.
I'm
I
sure
left
the
my
alarm
oven
system
open.
is signaled somewhere on the blueprints, right? Let's try to find those blueprints and find the system then.
So
I
we must rely on the information that Mr. Crane is going to get, so we can know what type of room that we're going to have to go look for that blueprint. So I think, Mr. Crane, this show is all about you now.
You also know that you have a limited amount of time and you have 3 separate missions to complete, so maybe it's time to split the party.
Oh boy.
That's that thing that you should always do in D&D. Always split the party. I've heard about that.
All right. Well, I'll just walk into the place where the noise comes from.
Okay, so you just open the door and you are faced with a ballroom of some sorts. There are tables scattered to the sides of the room, and you see that in front of it there's like a raised platform of some sorts that has a few more select tables, you feel like. And in front of that there's a glass pane that stretches for about 20 feet or so that you can see the entire city from.
Okay.
So this seems to be the main hall. You
Right.
see guests floundering themselves around, chatting, having conversations, having food and drinks. And you seem to blend in. you feel like not people don't know everyone necessarily. They don't know each other, but they are mingling and socializing.
Do I see any like other butlers or I don't know employees or something?
You see some servants, yeah, not necessarily butlers, but people serving food and drinks, yeah, for sure.
Does any one of them seems remarkable in any way? Like
The servants?
yeah, correct.
Not
like
really.
someone that's serving the I don't know more special tables that you mentioned before.
Let's see.
Maybe a perception check.
Okay. Oh my God, D20. How do you play D&D again?
So the path led all of you to this room. So
16.
from now you can fork, but you are all in this main hall. Consider yourselves inside.
And do we have an idea where are the separate objectives?
You can take a look around.
Okay, while Mr. Thaddeus is working his magic, I'm going to try to pick the different pathways that lead out of this ballroom, just to get a general idea of the
Make
geography
me
of the place.
a regular intelligence check.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh, that is good. That is 22.
22. Okay, so you feel like you map the place out super quick. I mean, you probably not the best memorizing plans, but you know your shit. So you just
Very selective memory.
exactly. So you look around and you see there's a door that definitely leads to the kitchen because it's the one that has the most influx of waiters and servants. You see another one that seems to be expertly locked. So it's either going downstairs to the rest of the compartments or the engineering room where the blueprints are. And then there's another one that's a larger set of double doors as well that goes straight opposite from where you entered.
I inform Ilya of this, and I say, Miss Samir, are you proficient with that wiry thingy that you use to open doors when you're not allowed inside?
I'm okay.
Well, then I think we can finally put that skill of yours to use in a more legitimate way. Can you accompany me to that door, please?
Of course, darling.
And I want to show her the door. And how many people are in the room? Just
You see around, so it's not an immensely large room. There's about 6 tables in the lower part and 2 up in the raised platform. So you feel like walking around, maybe 20, 30 people.
20, 30 people. I want to signal Illy to start unlocking the room, and I am going to cast my improved minor illusion.
Okay.
And make it look like there is a bird trapped inside, and make it fly around and chirping, and just try to gather everyone's attention to...
Okay, just make me a general arcana check. See how well you can pull this off.
22.
22, good. Okay, so you carefully cast the components for your spell, and you tiny bird starts chirping around and bumping against the walls and stuff like that. And everyone's like,
Poor bird.
oh no, poor thing. Oh, I can't believe. Oh no, and everyone starts looking up. In the meanwhile,
I am going to try to unlock that door, but I'm going to do that with my mage hand.
okay, so you stand aside 30 feet away and just make me a picklocks, thieves tools check.
So that's like my dexterity
Dex
and my
plus
proficiency.
proficiency, if you are proficient.
I guess I am.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I am.
Might
You are
be useful
proud
to
of
know
that?
if you're proficient.
So that's not great. No, it's okay.
Just tell us already we're dying!
It's an 18.
How much?
18.
18. Okay, so
The roll
you
was low, but the...
you feel like the lock, the mechanical lock, is disabled. You unlock it, but there seems to be some kind of security system to it as well.
Right.
So the lock itself is disabled, but there seems to be some other force or security system locking it in place. Some kind of authorization code or access granted to certain people, you're not sure. But there's a little pane to the right of the door.
Little what, sorry?
Eddie.
Pane.
Eddie.
Pain as in not
Eddie?
pain, but P-A-N-E.
Yeah,
That hurts.
there's some weird thing there, some panel, I don't know. It's unlocked, but I think if I'd open it, something's gonna go down. So.
And while we're doing this, Mr. Thaddeus is working around with people, right?
I assume so, yeah?
Yeah.
While he's doing so, I want to just very cautiously and stealthily cast Detect Magic as a ritual to
Okay.
to see what is
So that takes 10 minutes,
10
correct?
minutes?
Yes.
All right. So while you're doing that,
Yeah, so I rolled a 16 before, which was
it was for what? Sorry. To see the servants. Yeah. You see that the ones that are going up to the raised part of it seem to be the most important. I mean, the guests seem to be the most important ones that are out there.
right. I'll try to approach one of them.
Okay. You go up to one as he's coming back down from the raised platform, and what do you say? It's a young man, probably in his late 20s.
Sir, do you need help with the serving?
He kind of looks at you in a weird way. Oh, I'm not the one in charge, but maybe you should go into the kitchen.
I can see that by the way you're serving.
I'm sorry, sir. Are you a guest?
I wish I was, but I'm working here besides you and the likes of you. So I
He's
wish
like
you.
carrying a tray at this point, and he goes, "I'll ask the chef. Just go up to that table and."
All right, all right. I take the plate out of him, and he's like walking into like the kitchens or something,
He
right?
he was going up to the raised platform, but now he's
Okay.
going into the kitchen and ask the chef what the hell's going on.
I'll switch my face to his,
Beautiful, yes. So you.
and I will try to go back to the place that he was serving people.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You go up, and at this table, you see there are 5 people sitting. You see a man, probably in his late 40s, you reckon. He seems to be very tall and very well built. And he's currently chatting to a woman that seems to be accompanying him. Slightly younger, maybe late 30s or something, but they seem to be together. Very finely dressed, but in a fashion that's not very familiar to you. Make me a history check.
So it's a 17.
17. It seems to be more northern than southern, because you're used to the clothing in the south, but they seem to be not from around here. At the same table, you also see a very, very finely dressed man with long, curly, dark hair, brown eyes, and a wispy mustache. But he does seem to wear the appropriate clothing for the southern gallantry. And he is actually currently speaking to a dwarf right next to him. And he's going to go, "Oh no, Professor, that is not possible." As you interrupt this conversation with your platter.
Good evening, gentlemen. Do you wish to take anything?
Oh, hello. Yes, I will have the shrimp cocktail, please. Thank you very much.
Sure. Take it.
Thanks.
Take it. And you mentioned 4 people. On this
Yes.
table?
So it's the man and the woman, and then this guy, and the dwarf.
There's
Yes.
a 5th one. Though.
There's oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot. The 5th one is a dark-skinned, dressed in very vibrant colors, human male as well. And he seems to be not speaking to anyone, just observing at the moment. But
Can you just give me some details back from here?
this guy?
Yeah.
So dark-skinned, dressed in vibrant colors.
All right.
Seems
Also
to be
not from around.
also not from
kinda.
around.
Okay.
You would reckon I would give you the same role. He's not from the north, but he's probably from the Empire,
Okay. All right.
which is middle of the continent,
Sure.
kinda.
Yeah. Out of that exchange, I'll just briefly go back, like
Okay.
serve them.
Yeah.
Just
They take the food and the drinks.
get out, and I will make my way to the kitchen while I'm describing what I see. Well, what I deem to be the 2 main culprits in trying to find like a way to get into the more private areas. So I just mentioned the long, curly black-haired guy who speaks with a French accent, and the other dwarf that he's talking to.
Okay. So who do you mention this to? To add to the
Stone, yes, the stone. So I'll say, be careful of these 2 gentlemen. Maybe they will, if they move, say something, because I will gladly take one of their faces. If
Okay,
possible.
very well, perfect. What are you doing meanwhile?
I was trying to see some other doors that will be in this ballroom.
Okay, so you managed to see the same doors as Edmund had described previously. Yeah.
I don't like to mingle because I'm very shy, so
Okay.
I try to just look around, see the measures of everything, and see if the doors are locked or not locked.
Okay. Just make me a perception check, regular perception.
18.
18. So you feel like the the secondary security system that Mr. Bruce told you about might be related to the trouble that they are having unlocking the door. Seems to be not only mechanical, the doors here.
Okay, is there any other doors that could lead to other places in this?
Yeah, so there's the kitchen door, the one they're currently in, and then there's another one, larger, double set of doors. So
Okay, that may be into enter the ship. Okay, I talk in the.
Okay.
Hilja, what about that door?
Yeah, I don't know. There's some kind of weird thing with it, some kind of panel, some other type of security here. I unlocked the lock, just the lock, but I still can't get in.
As you're both standing nearby the door and you're focusing on your ritual, the door opens up and a small individual, seems to be a gnome, he comes out. He seems to have some oil stains as well to him, but he seems to be covering him up with a normal jacket so he can mingle in the party as well. So he seems to be perhaps the chief engineer or something like that. And he comes out, just opens the door. Wait, I was sure I locked this door. What is this about? Kind of looks around at you. Just doesn't pay you much attention, to be honest. Just slams the door. Locks it again.
During the time that he opened the door, was I able to see the interior of the door, or was it like?
You could see a little bit. It seemed to be the engineering room for sure.
Okay, let's do something stupid, guys. I want to cast a double spell. The moment he opens the door, while still just looking around the room, I want to cast Misty Step and teleport to behind him on the other side of the door.
Okay.
And immediately afterwards, invisibility.
Okay, make me an Arcana check to see how fast you can do this.
Dude, just...
I love your face.
What? Oh yeah? Okay. Advantage.
Thank you.
I'll give you a kiss.
It's gonna be like
Go Eddie.
2 or something.
Again.
Let's go,
one.
Eddie.
Yeah. Okay, it's Arcana.
Yeah?
It's a 7, but plus 6, so 13.
All right. So you're not as quick as you want to, but you miss a step and you enter, and you see people kind of turn around and look at you. You immediately go invisible, and they kind of go, "What the?" and keep on, like, drawing on blueprints and stuff like that. So you are inside alone.
So, is the door closed? Did he close the door? Or?
You now hear the.
And am I able from the inside to get a feel of if it's possible to unlock this door without triggering that kind of mechanism of defense?
Yeah, so from the inside, it seems like you can just unlock it normally and walk
Okay.
right out. From the outside, that's a problem.
And, okay, then I want to try, and when he's moved away and the distance is safe, I want to slowly creep towards the door, my hand behind my back, and try to unlock it as quietly as possible.
Okay.
And then with the stone, guys, the door to the engineering room is now open. Please be careful. There are people inside, including me.
Okay, so you guys hear this.
All right, I'm gonna go in. Well, I'm gonna keep an eye out first, see if anyone's looking.
Okay, so from the party, there doesn't seem to be anyone looking. The chief engineer just walks inside the party, is now chatting to a random woman. Make me a stealth check to see if you can quietly go in.
Ooh. But that's still I rolled a 2, but that's still a 13.
Oh, okay. Well, fine then. So yeah, they're not paying attention, but as soon as you enter the room very quietly and shut it in your back, you see people just... Excuse me, miss, can we help? As the room is like filled with like at least 4 or 5 engineers just looking at you.
How many engineers are in the room?
Four. I'd say 4, yeah.
4. And while they're distracted, can I go around and peek if there's anything resembling blueprints or...
Yes, you can. Maybe an investigation check.
I'm gonna do that. Distract them! Distract them!
Oh, I'm very sorry. I have this problem. You see, I'm a very, very anxious person. I was in
Don't
that
be
room
like that, sweet, and I just come around and taking in her arm,
walk in
and I just give her a kiss in the cheek.
Okay.
Smooth.
So
Come on.
Monkey walks in.
No, this is important. They need to know this. There are no emergency exits in that room. I needed to know where I could go if anything happened.
Cassandra, we have talked about this. We are in the air, but we are safe now. Come on, Cassandra.
I don't like this.
What are you talking
no
about? You need to
emergency
leave. You need... This, you shouldn't
This
be
is not
here.
one
Sorry,
of the
guys.
emergency exits.
No, you shouldn't be here. If my boss finds out, it's gonna kill me.
Oh, no, we don't want that.
That is not my problem. Clearly.
Come on, Cassandra, don't be like that.
And they start walking towards the both of you. What's your roll?
10.
10. It's taking you a while. In the time that they kind of started walking towards them, you didn't find anything yet.
I'm gonna venture more inside the room and risk it.
Okay, make me another investigation check. Meanwhile, the 4 of them are walking towards you and kind of
I'm sorry, guys.
gently pushing you out.
Yes, I'm very sorry for this moment. Cassandra, come on. We have talked about this. Let these people work.
Well, but they do work here. They
I
could
know.
at least tell me if there's any kind of way to protect their guests if anything should happen. Oh, please, it would make me... It would put my mind at ease, at least. If
Sir,
anything should happen,
please.
where should I go?
Yes, please, sir, kind sir. Could you
What is even
help?
happening with my life?
I'm very sorry. Could you just tell her?
He's gonna come back at any minute. And
Are
you
there,
start
like,
hearing the
any
same
life
voice.
boat hovercraft things? I just want to know. I'm very scared.
Okay, you start hearing the same voice that exited the room previously, that's kind of approaching the other side of the door. And you hear the... I locked this door! And he kind of walks in and looks at both of you. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here.
I'm very sorry.
Well, you shouldn't
sir.
leave your doors unlocked if people are not
I
supposed to
locked
go
the
in.
door!
Sir, I'm very sorry. We were just leaving. I was talking with
You
my
need to
wife.
leave now. What was your roll?
25.
Oh boy, okay. As this mess is quickly escalating, you kind of, oh boy, you're gonna start messing through the papers, and you find the blueprints.
Okay, I shove it inside my jacket, and while this is all going down, I make my back towards the door, trying to avoid as many people as possible.
Okay.
And I can cast minor illusion, and it doesn't break my concentration, right?
Yes, because you're not damaging anyone with the spell.
Okay.
I
Then
think.
I'm going to. Is there some kind of pipe or screen, or what kind of mechanical devices are in the room that I can see and pretend to wreck?
So there's a lot of piping in the ceiling and the walls as well.
Okay.
So you can
Then suddenly,
okay, so one seems to burst
one
out.
seems to blow and
shit.
starts exhaling an immense quantity of steam, and I want to make it as noisy as possible,
Okay.
and hasten my step towards the exit.
Okay, so you do that, and the guy that was screaming at both of you, Mamma mia, no! And starts running towards
Cassandra, come on!
the pipe bursting out, and
You were right, Cassandra. Again.
This is not safe. You see what I'm saying?
and the three of you make it out of the engineering room, mildly safe. Meanwhile, while this was happening, you had a lot of time to pay attention to the conversations and to go to the other tables, and you find not only who's on the other tables, but you find the identity of all the esteemed guests, the important people.
Was I also able to go to the kitchen area, and if I saw the other guy, I would just quickly shift faces between all the guests, like not the guests, but the guy serving, basically.
So as soon as you see someone that is the face you're wearing,
I will
you
just switch
and then switch again. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can do that. You find that up in the raised platform, there's a few people. The man, the northern man, and the woman he was chatting to appear to be the Duke and Duchess from Slorgard in the northern region. Duke is called Bolf Garterson, and the Duchess is Esther Farvale. You also find the identity of the man with the French accent called Lucas Montfort.
Really?
And the dwarf is called, apparently, Professor Diana J. Ons.
I'm shocked.
Okay. You also know that the person that is organizing the auction is called Lord Henry Viriani, hence the Viriani estate.
Yep.
And his daughter is called Lara Viriani. And you now know it was the ones that you saw in the portraits before.
Mm-hmm.
So they own this place.
All right.
And probably now you think that if someone knows where the items are, it's either her or him.
Okay. All right. All right. So, do I see them in a party or like in a ball or?
Yeah, so you see them around, especially in the
Around.
raised platform, like chatting to people. Especially these two are more chatting to people than actually eating and drinking. Because
Okay,
I mean,
alright.
it's their party, they're socializing.
So I will try to find them in a place where I can shift into like one of the most important people around, guests now. While I do this, I will also perhaps try to remove a couple of items from my clothing to see if I look less butlery.
Butlery. So with disguise self, you can change your clothing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
So you
Then
can
I'll
just
do that. Yeah.
change the clothing. Okay. So
Previously, I would change the face only. Now I changed the costume as well.
okay. So as you're trying to go up dressed as masked as a servant still, the Duke gestures towards you. Hey, laddie, come over.
Yes, my lord.
Do you be a sweet and bring me more of those shrimps you got before?
The really strong ones.
No, the mild ones. My wife here doesn't really like strong spices.
Oh, I apologize, sir. I will do that immediately,
Thank you very much.
and I will go over to the table.
I'll go with you to make sure you don't do anything wrong. And he kind of moves towards the kitchen with you.
All right, I'll just go with him.
Okay. You see a lot of servants passing by as well.
Coming out, all of them out?
Yeah, like in and out.
In and out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that my face is not like some dude that I'll see again like twice or something.
You don't know.
Yeah, sure, let's go.
So you go towards the kitchen.
Yeah.
And the head chef sees the Duke enter and suddenly just goes, "Oh, my God, please come in the kitchen. I'll show you." The kind of Duke looks around. Yes, looks like appropriate. Go right in. Your services are dispensed. You can go.
Oh, all right, my lord.
And you move out.
Do I see the shrimps that are really spicy though?
Yeah, you do.
I'll try to grab a couple of them.
Okay, you take one of the platters with the spicy shrimps. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will walk out of the kitchen, and when I open the door, I'll switch my face into the chef's face.
Oh, okay.
And I'll close the door behind, and, well, now also the attire. Well, I didn't change back, so I'm still like a butlery kind of, but I'll change into like...
Every time you cast this guy self,
Okay.
you can change the clothing as well.
yeah,
So.
all right, so I'll just be kind
You'll
of like
just
the
be
chef.
the chef.
Yeah, okay, cool. And I'll go over to Miss Viriani, right? Correct?
Okay,
Or-
yeah, the other table, yeah.
Yeah, and
Sure.
I will I'll present her with the mildly spiced shrimps.
Okay. So not Miss Viriani, the one that was
Sorry,
with
yes.
Duke.
The-
Okay,
yeah,
it makes
yeah,
more
correct,
sense
correct.
now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you do, and she kind of goes, "Oh, where was my husband? Did you?"
He unfortunately,
behind?
yeah, he just came to talk to me, and we had a mistake in the previous shrimps, so we just redid them for you.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just very sensible to spaces.
I know it happens to everyone, me myself. That's why I just make food for other people, and I don't eat those E numbers that they sell in the market.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but sure, if these are the mild ones, I'll have them.
Of course, my lady.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, eating them. And she keeps on eating them. It doesn't seem like it bothers her that much, to be honest. Because I rolled a freaking natural 20 on a constitution save to see if she...
Okay. I look at her. Do I see her sweating or something?
Yeah, so she's becoming red and flustered and sweating a little bit from her temples, but she's holding her ground. Oh, Chef, are you sure these are the male ones? They seem to be the same as the previous.
I will go and have a
doesn't want
look.
to lose
This
face.
is
Thank you.
unacceptable.
No, it's, please. And kind of sets them aside. Takes one more.
And
What are you doing?
do I see any spices around? Do they spice in this party?
Make me an investigation check.
Okay.
Wow, it's very good.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Investigation, it's a 19.
19. Yes.
They spice.
They
All right.
spice.
Yeah, I will try to put as much spice as I can in anything that she eats, drinks, or breathes.
Okay.
And I will keep on serving her, but as a normal, like, kind of employee, not
A
a chef.
few dashes of spice after, like, you go once and you serve it, and she continues to eat, man. And so this lady, I didn't describe her properly. She's wearing a white gown, but she's not delicate in form. Like, she's muscly and built. So she can hold her food and spices and drinks. Just doesn't like it very much. But you go one dash, give it to her. No, to no avail. Go. Fine. Next one. All right, fine. No? Okay, fine. You just open the pot. There's a-
Kind of dipping.
at
the
this point, she
shrimp.
goes, what is this? And starts walking up. This is unacceptable. He goes towards one of the doors, the double door, the big double doors.
She goes out, right?
Yeah. So now at this table, there's 3 people only, because the Duke is still in the kitchen and the Duchess is now gone.
Okay, so I will quickly drop like a fork or a knife or something
Okay.
underneath the table that she's currently like eating.
The who?
The lady.
She's gone. The Duchess is gone.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she's gone, and there's other people eating in that.
Okay.
table,
Yeah.
right?
Perfect. So you. I see. You go down, and then when you come back up,
Yeah.
you are.
I'm sexy as hell, huh?
This is getting ridiculous now. Make me a deception check.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Bring it over.
Oh my god! Disadvantage and bullets coming.
So, if one of you, the rest of you, want to go to that table and grab one of the coins, one of these things, because Andrea is not here, so you can use it whenever you want.
Andrea is at the door.
No, you lost privileges.
It is high.
So,
All right.
deception with disadvantage. You have advantage because you have the actor feat.
Thank you.
So it's a straight
So
roll.
It's a straight roll. So I need to check deception, right?
Deception.
I rolled an 11.
I'm not going to do it more because otherwise it's copyright. Yeah?
11.
11.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So
Busted.
Lucas, the French guy, kind of goes, Madame, you okay? I thought you went to the toilets. No?
Yeah, I just came back to pick my... I tried to imitate the accent because I don't remember the accent. But I'm not feeling very well. All the spices, too much spice. And I will go towards the same direction that she's going, but like in a very like...
Okay.
manner.
Okay. All right. Well, they're not perceptive at all. They don't care. They're a bit drunk. All of them are a bit drunk, to be honest. And he kind of looks at you. And you catch the glimpse of a conversation to the professor, to the dwarf. I do not know what is going wrong with these people. I believe something is going to happen. I do not know. I do not trust this place. I hope the auction is done with fast so we can leave. And you hear this. Then you go. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm following her to the bathroom.
Okay.
As I enter the bathroom that she's getting into before, I will switch to her husband.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will try to talk to her. Darling,
Yes.
I think
You
the
should not be
streams
here.
are rigged.
This is the women's toilet.
I No, I have a very serious
Why
conversation.
did I go French? It's not French.
I don't know the act, but
No, you're not supposed to be here.
I know, but I have a message for you, and I shall say this only once.
What are you on about? We can talk about this when you go back.
I will use my words of terror feature.
Oh boy, so you chat for a full minute.
I
just
chat.
ramble for a full minute.
I like.
And
This is very serious.
what
the
kind of
auction is rigged.
kind of
The
saving throw?
shrimps are
is it?
rigged.
The shrimps are rigged.
Hashtag shrimps are rigged.
Tell me.
She needs to do a wisdom saving.
Ooh, fail. So she kind of goes, no idea what you're talking about. Just goes, starts sweating even more after the spiciness.
She's
of the
gonna be
shrimps.
real thin after this.
Please leave. I'll just stay here for a little while in the toilets. Don't worry about me. Just leave.
Lock the doors.
All right, yeah, just. And you leave?
Yeah.
Do you hear the. Yeah,
Nice.
easy. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I will switch back, and I'll look in the mirror and touch my makeup a little bit because I have my disguise kit.
Okay.
And I'll leave the bathroom and go back.
Disguised as
her.
As her. Okay. Perfect. As you exit the room, you see a very beautiful, tall, blonde woman just go saunter up, and you kind of notice this. What are you guys doing?
Hey, Edmund. Edmund.
Yeah, that's me. I got it. Let's disable
Shit.
the alarm. What does the blueprint look like? Does it
So,
seem like we're close to the alarm system? I think it's big.
Actually, how big is it first
Yeah, big.
before we
So
open
it's
it?
this big, huh?
Pretty big. Okay.
So you can't just.
Well, I'm
Newspaper.
still invisible, so if I'm invisible,
If you're carrying
and,
it.
and I have an invisible thing, can I
Oh
see
my
the
God.
invisible thing?
I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna hide and.
Can
You
you
know
see
what?
your hand?
Yes, you're invisible. You can read your invisible things. Sure,
Question
why
to
not?
the crowd.
feet
If
unlocked.
you are invisible.
So yeah, you can read the blueprints, and you see that the alarm system is some sort of voice and face recognition.
Oh.
Shouldn't be too hard for you.
Voice and
We can do
face.
Voice and face recognition.
Well, we got the face. And where is it located?
So it seems like every secure door has a terminal that you need to bypass. So each terminal you can, if you have the voice and the face of the person that has access, you can open it.
I do not know who's the person though.
You do not know. You met some people around here, but you don't know what the extent of the access is.
And do I know whose person this Zeppelin is property of?
Not really, because he had to find out their information as he was chatting, and you guys were stealing the blueprints.
Okay,
We
then
can ask him.
I'll do my best to stop hyperventilating and say,
Okay.
Mr. Crane.
You make the map into a bag and.
Exactly. Mr. Crane, we have the blueprint. I'm terrified. Do you know who's the owner of this thingy? Do you know who has the access? Because we need that person to disable the alarms.
Well, of course, my darling. I don't know.
You know it's Mr. Crane because he has a stone, but he has a weird voice.
Mr. Crane. Okay. So, do you know who? Can you imitate voices?
I guess.
Team, shall we try this? I'm not sure if I feel very confident, but it could be a way, at least to avoid further disruption of this party.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
Let's
Voice
just
cracking?
let's just
At this point, you are walking up these stairs. So as you and you reach which table are you directing yourself to? The one you were sitting at,
I
or the other one
will
with the Virianis?
Direct myself to the
The Virianis. Okay, so you sit down. Do you, or do you just stand? What's the plan here?
Sit down.
Okay, you do. And what do you say?
Well, hello there.
The Lord stays quiet for a second, but the lady Viriani, Laura, kind of goes, "Why, hello."
This is a mighty Zeppelin, huh?
It is, yeah. Make me a deception check, first of all.
Advantage?
Yeah, you're passing yourself as someone else, so advantage.
Yeah, advantage?
Advantage, guys?
28.
You know what, guys? Whoever catches this can do one more.
No!
Somewhere there. Okay.
Are you trying to kill?
Yeah. What's the roll?
28, sorry.
28. Oh, easy. She doesn't even flinch. She goes, "Oh, Duchess, how's the dinner? How's the party? Are you enjoying yourself?"
The shrimps are really spiced up. The rest is perfect.
Oh, I'm sorry. There are some mild ones, I've been informed, so you can just go and pick those up.
Yeah, I will try to do that with the chef. Interesting auction we're having here today.
Oh, you can't wait for the auction, can't you?
Oh, you know, I'm curious.
Oh, yes, we have excellent items in stock tonight.
Do you though?
Yes.
Enlighten me.
Your persuasion check. You're doing good.
Persuasion.
Yes.
Which one did I roll? The 2, right?
No, you
Huh?
rolled the green.
I rolled the green one? Or
Yes.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't know.
Okay, I'll trust you. So it's a 27.
27. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, she starts going, "Oh, let me tell you." First of all, we have a huge collection of old arms that we recovered from the sunken ship. Oh, there's this weird little box as well. We're not sure what it is, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, obviously we have to keep it very hidden in the lower floors of the Zeppelin. You can imagine, right? We had a very special high security room built just for this item. At this point, Lord Henry kind of goes, "Laura, that might be enough information. I mean, the Duchess, you don't want to spoil the surprise for the Duchess, do you?" Okay, he takes your hand and gently kisses it.
My lord. And with my other hand, I grab the stone and I say, "I will not reveal to anyone that some weird boxes," and I just like say the same thing that she says while I'm holding the stone. Trust me.
Okay, can I go? Make me a deception check with advantage, because that was pretty good.
Double advantage?
No.
Damn it, I needed that. Deception, you said.
Yeah.
So it's 20.
You get inspiration as well.
Ooh.
What is
The
that?
parts
That's a
of
very good
inspiration.
strategy, man.
Can we? You have a sheep.
So you guys all hear that it's in the lowest room in a high security facility.
And I want to ask, I'm not sure if you can hear me though. Mr. Crane, who was that person you were talking with? Is that the owner? Is that... What? Mr. Crane, can you hear me?
You kind of...
Mr. Crane, I'm talking to...
Headmonds.
He kind
Come
of,
on.
as you meddle with your cleavage, he kind of looks away respectfully.
He's doing his work, Headmond. Come on.
I think at least we should gather up at somewhere to discuss what we're doing next.
Lord
Let's just
Henry.
finish this up then.
Yeah.
We
Lord
at
Henry,
least
you
need
hold
to
the
take a
hand.
look at that map, that blueprint, that thing.
Well, it's right here. Oh, wait, sorry. Let's get together somewhere.
As you look
Where
at
is here? I can
You're
hear you. I
invisible.
have no idea where you are.
I'm sure there's a restroom here where you can see the blueprints.
But that
Over.
But is a ladies' bathroom or a man's bathroom?
I don't care.
Because either way, one of us at least won't be able to enter.
Yeah, just... Okay, so you finish
I
the
can be a
conversation.
man.
No, that would just be incorrect. I feel like we should, like a dressing room or something not.
I can be a man.
Go.
It's fine.
I feel very uncomfortable with this. This is not correct.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to
I will communicate via the stone men's restroom right now with my lady, but now trying to be manly voice still,
Okay,
and I'll try to catch up with them.
very well. and you wait for a second and head towards the men's bathroom. So the double door that was opposite from the ones you entered reach into a hallway of some sorts that has the restrooms on left and right, and then it continues down, and then you see another door with the terminal. So that one already needs access, but to the toilets you're fine. You don't need access to go to the toilets. So you wait in the men's restroom. Eventually, Mr. Crane, you reconvene in the restroom as well. What's the plan, guys?
Are we all together?
Yes, now you're all
Now,
together.
I drop invisibility, and I show them the map at last. And I ask Mr. Thaddeus, Mr. Crane, do you think those people you were talking with earlier are the ones who have access to these doors?
Question for the DM. Do I know the person that I'm masking as before? The name of her?
The Duchess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Esther Farvale. Duchess Esther Farvale.
So I'll keep that form and I'll say, it's not Mr. Crane, it's Esther.
Are we inside the bathroom
Just loves to
already?
roleplay, doesn't he?
Inside the men's restroom, by the way.
Can you please drop that form? I know it bugs me.
Or drop that clothes.
By the way,
I'm blushing a
I'm
little
still
bit.
just me. I'm just keeping an ear out to see if anyone comes in, and then I can disguise self. But until then, I'm
Okay, fair
fine
enough.
being a woman in a
Alright,
man's
change
bathroom.
So yeah, you're all here in the men's restroom with a blueprint.
I try not to look at the Duchess. So, do you think those people are the ones we need? Stop doing that!
I'll just walk over to the men's stall and I'll just take a leak while I'm just...
Yeah, well, by the way.
That is
yeah,
very
by the
confusing.
Still here, Teddy.
That's awesome, guys.
Still here, Crane.
Yeah, so, of course, my information is always correct. And when it's not, I make it to be. So, the person we probably need to kidnap the face of is Henry or Laura, if we want to infiltrate the lower portions of the Zeppelin. But it should be fine.
At this
Perfect.
point, you feel like you've been around for 20 minutes or so.
Oh boy.
Guys, if the alarm goes off, we are worthless. We depend too heavily on magic. So let's hurry.
Okay.
Monkey's like, yeah, no, just kind of.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys. I didn't need the blueprint. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Alright.
Disarming that alarm.
I guess. Let's make our way there.
Okay, so you go towards the end of the corridor. As you are about to leave the men's restroom, you were keeping an eye out, an ear out, and you hear some voices approaching and some and giggling, and the door starts to swing open.
Yeah, this is the men's bathroom, so I'm just gonna disguise self as a guy.
That's a guy. Guy
Well,
number
a
one.
guy.
any no,
Random
just
guy.
okay. One of my uncles, so I'm still a noble
Okay,
guy.
perfect.
Wait, he's a nobleman.
And you see, you're the only person that recognizes this person. You see Lucas Montfort enter with a girl that you didn't see before. She was probably mingling around the party. They are very close together, and she's giggling. And he opens the door, arm around her. Oh my god!
Critical hit.
Arm around her microphone.
I uncanny dodged that.
Yes. Evasion. Arm around her. And he doesn't seem to pay attention to you. And as he walks in and looks around, I'm
We're
terribly-
just leaving.
terribly sorry. And he looks at you, and you have the fucking blueprints open, and he goes, "Wait a second."
Oh shit.
And he,
Who is that?
he's a man dressed in very fine clothing, proper to the southern style, and long dark hair, brown eyes.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. Can you help me with this? I really don't understand anything of this. And I show them to the... I try to, like, shove the map into his face, and I go monkey.
Yeah, and I just...
See, is this the bathroom, or is this...
I grab the girl and I put my.
Okay,
my
make
hand on
me
her.
an athletics check.
All right.
And Monkey, what are you doing?
I'm going to attack him. Yes,
Okay, go for it.
To punch him
With
as much
advantage because you're not expecting that. No.
Yeah. But I'm very proficient with my hands.
Yeah,
Proficient with my hands. Do not say that ever again. I'm very proficient with my hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 11.
and I have a
Okay,
10.
that hits.
Yeah,
Don't worry, don't worry.
okay, so can I get another attack? Because my bonus action I can do.
If you do, you want to go offhand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you spending a key point for flurry of blows?
No,
Okay.
it didn't hook below. It's 8.
Total?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 misses and the 11 hits. Yeah.
So can I?
Oh wait. Advantage on your second strike. Woo!
Thank you.
This
Thank you,
mechanic is
Vicky.
brilliant, throwing jewels into the stage.
Okay, so
It's
I'm going to.
gonna look good on camera.
Next time we do it like this big foamy ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Foamy
So,
D20s.
The second one is a 22.
Oh
For the
yes.
second two.
So both hits, roll damage.
5 hit points
Total.
total.
I assume you're doing non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
Okay. So it's not quite enough to knock him out, but it kind of, it stays around and just roll initiative, the three of you, to see if anyone goes before him. Otherwise, he's going to probably scream. So, Crane?
Is also me.
Yeah, Crane, Edmund, and Ilya.
24.
Hmm?
24.
You've already gone, so you're not part of this initiative. But yeah, he rolled a 24, guys.
16.
16?
18.
Okay, fine.
11.
All right, so he rolled 11 as well. So both of you go first, so you can try and knock him unconscious or
Well,
kill him if you're Mr. Crane.
I was holding the girl.
Oh yeah, so you are still. What was the athletics?
That was a 10.
10. Natural 1. So he faints in your arms. With,
Oh,
Thank
That's
you,
how I
DM.
like 'em.
At least we don't have to kill a little girl.
Mr.
Thank
Crane,
I hope
knock
it's
him
not a
with a
little
cane.
girl.
Come on,
Because he was
Mr.
going to the
Crane.
bathroom with.
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Crane will give him the cane.
Correct.
Yeah, I'll shift my. Well, my sword is actually just a
It's a
staff,
cane,
right?
yeah.
So I'll hit him with a cane, and while I'll do that, I'll spend also my bardic inspiration as
For-
a psionic blade.
Psionic blades, okay, go for it.
Non-lethal though. I don't want to kill.
Fine.
Or do I?
Or do I?
So 2 hit is and it's a 6. It's a 14 to hit.
Hits. Roll damage.
Damage D8 and then.
The 8 is the other one.
I'm
Yeah.
too used to rolling D12s. So
You freaking barbarians.
check the damage.
For Psionic
3d6,
blades, it's
yeah.
2d6 extra.
3d6.
Oh, 2d6, yeah.
Oh,
So,
So it's this was
Math.
more than 5?
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you grab him before he hits the floor. Okay. And now you have two unconscious people. One in your arms, one in your arms.
So,
Very nice.
do
Hedman.
these bathrooms have stalls or?
These bathrooms are on fire today.
Agents, I'm approaching. 5 minutes left.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Let's
in
go.
The, in the
Okay.
stalls, quickly in the stalls.
Yeah, just lock him in the stalls. Let's go.
And you put him in salt,
Yeah.
lock them, and
Go.
Go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
so
Bolted to the-
you reach the first door in the end of this corridor. You do see the terminal. Who's gonna try and unlock the door? You or you? What's
well,
the plan?
it's voice and face recognition.
Voice and
correct?
face.
So I think I
You
tell
do
the
the
bar
voice
to go
and the
ahead.
face?
Mr.
Yeah,
Crane,
tell the
I-
face to be the face.
I think you're by far the most apt to do this. Can you imitate?
Yeah, I'll switch
That is
to
highly
Laura.
Laura? Okay, so you
I
switch to
like-
Laura and you go and
Try to voice activate it.
so as
like
soon as
Julia.
it recognizes you go up, it recognizes your face and it goes, it speaks out to you.
Please speak the password.
What kind of magic is this?
Try password.
I remind everyone that still has a token that it's not only for advantage, you can do for items or information.
Thank you, thank you.
The password is
Butterscotch.
The password is estate.
estate.
So you go. estate, because you're Laura.
Yeah.
And the doors open up, and a cloud of hot air kind of billows out as you go deeper, as this goes down. There's like a spiraling staircase that goes down to the core of the blimp.
I turn around and I just tell them to go.
I bolt.
Let's go.
I'm the first one to
Yeah.
go.
Okay, very well. As you progress, are you doing this stealthily or
I change.
booking it?
We have 5 minutes.
I'm booking it.
We're going.
Booking it, nice.
I'm booking it.
Brilliant. So you. What time is it? Okay. So you continue to go down the spiraling staircase. So the sound is still not a problem because the aeration cycle is still on. But you continue to run, and you go towards where you think the high security facility is. It's the deepest room, and the problem is you turn right, and in one of the corridors, there's basically 3 guards stationed in each side of the corridor, and you just go and just skid around. Oh, shit! Roll initiative.
Can my 24 goes for this time? No, I'm just.
Can a 24 hold? No. They're all saying no, man.
I have a 15.
I'll keep my
To the Laura.
Laura
Okay.
look. What is this?
I'm probably still the guy too, but
With my high heels, I run.
With your illusionary high heels.
Yeah. Man, what is this? I think it's plus
So,
4.
20 up,
Fan art
anyone?
of this scene.
22.
22 for you.
10.
Yeah.
10 high heels are very difficult.
15 to 20, anyone?
Oh please.
16.
16.
Okay, so 16 to... Who has the highest dexterity? Probably you.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
we're probably the same.
Oh, no, you have 18 dex?
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
so 14. Okay. All right, then.
No, I have 14.
Two.
So she has the better dexterity.
You have 14 or...
Yep.
Oh, doesn't matter, man. You both go at the same time. And Mr. Crane, 10. Now for the guards.
Shit.
10. But they have lower dexterity, so you go first. Anyway, Hilya, you see they're like chatting, and then they hear the noise and see you. What the? And they go for their weapons, but you go first.
All right. First thing I'm doing, I'm gonna try and cast sleep, see if it works.
Ooh, nice. Okay. What level are you casting sleep first?
I can only cast it at level 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, go for it.
So that's okay.
5d8.
5d8. I have 5d8. It's 1, 2,
What's this? Was this the sleep spell?
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, 16.
16. You see.
No, it's more.
Oh,
No, it's
Math.
15,
Guys.
yeah. So what's the final value?
21.
21. You see as the front two, you kind of do the somatic and verbal component, and you see like the front two are going to slump on the ground, but the other 4 are still going for their weapons. That's your turn.
And I'm
Going to move close to them or stay behind?
gonna move a little bit further away.
Oh,
no,
further
no,
away,
no,
okay.
no, towards him.
Towards
yeah,
them, okay.
I'm rushing. I don't
So
care.
the opposite of further away.
Let's go.
Perfect. Monkey
I'm
or
not used to being
Edmund?
a caster
Who wants to
that
go
can fight.
first?
I want to go first.
Okay.
I go full bear. I just run and transform in a bear
Okay.
and just try to tackle the first one that I
Okay, you
aim
want to
for.
tackle one? Go for it.
Okay, it's 18.
Yeah, hits. I'm trying to knock prone or deal damage?
I want to deal damage.
Go for
of
it.
course.
Yeah. Of course. I am a bear.
Okay, it's only 3 damage.
3
for
damage.
the first claw.
Okay,
Can
and
I?
then...
Okay.
What's going on?
15.
Just hits.
It's another 3.
So 6. Okay. So you see Monkey just go like ninja style run, and midway jumps up and transforms into a brown bear and claws the third guard because the first two are asleep and just rakes on him twice. Still up. He goes, draws his sword, but
I keep that place.
Edmund.
What kind of armor are the guards using?
They are using medium armor, so some kind of scale maybe?
Metal?
Scale.
I'm gonna risk it. How far away from me is the guard that the monkey just attacked?
20 feet?
20 feet? I'm gonna go towards him and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay, go for it.
Now, if he has a metal armor, I should have advantage on this?
You do not have advantage. Its scale is height, right? Scales.
Okay. Oh, it's actual scales?
Actual scales, yeah. That's why it's called scale mail.
That is a very fancy armor. So...
Did you play D&D before, Ricardo?
You're up next, Mr. Crane.
15.
Just hits.
Nice. So,
Shocking grasp.
this is gonna be 9 points of... this is lightning damage.
Yeah.
And it can't take any reactions until the start of its next turn.
He couldn't take any reactions because as you walk up to him and just touch him and send jolts of electricity up his arm, the guy just drew his sword.
Terribly sorry.
Smoldering. Mr. Crane.
Well, I will just start walking like a diva, and I will use my action as counter charm, which reads, as an action, what the fuck?
What are you
I
doing?
can do a performance that lasts until the end of my next turn. While it lasts, any friend in earshot has advantage on saves, frightened / charm.
Okay. So your performance is a catwalk. Is that what you're doing now?
That's my performance.
Make me a performance check.
I'm not sure it works on me.
Advantage, guys.
Got it. Performance is +4, so it's a 17.
17. Okay. So you feel pretty confident that none of them will be terrified or charmed.
She's so beautiful. Okay. As my bonus action, I'll probably.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. So that's the opposite.
Yeah.
Your allies get advantage on saving throws against charm.
Allies. God
And
damn
they
it.
do. It's their turn. That's what you get for not being able to read.
Okay. Bonus action though, I'll use bardic inspiration
On.
Yeah, Miss Samir. Yeah, why not?
All right.
How do you
Thank
inspire Miss Samir
I will
with the
do
catwalk?
like. Da, 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 da.
Right, so Cabaret Mr. Crane
Yeah,
walks
with the cane,
with
you know.
Lara's
And with
visage and
highlights.
dress, and you.
My inspiration is clearly getting this over with, so I don't have to put up with him.
Fair enough. The guards, the 3 left, are going up to where both of you are and you're going to try and slice 2 at you, a freaking bear in the room, and 1 at you. For you. 17 to hit?
Yep.
And 12 to hit. You take 8 points of slashing damage. Edmund, 19 to hit.
Oh, it doesn't hit. I'm a wizard. Freaking buff.
You're a wizard, Edmund.
You're a wizard, Eddie.
But you only take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And Yulia, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Tell me, would it take an action to send my familiar towards the other guard?
No, he acts on your turn,
Oh, okay, so I'm
so
just
you
gonna.
can command him.
Yeah, I'm gonna send him there. Does that trigger a sneak attack?
Does that trigger a sneak attack, guys?
I think it's up to you
I
guys.
see a lot of.
Yes, we have a yes. We have a yes.
All right, so Archimedes is like trying to peck at his eyes, and I'm gonna move close and
Okay.
booming blade him
All right, go for it.
with my rapier.
So while we roll, I'm going to explain. By the rules, yes, familiars count for sneak attack, but I don't like that rule. That's why I asked.
Well, we don't like you.
That was
Lame.
not good. No, that was an 11.
11 hit? No.
Oh, God, no.
So you try and slice with your rapier,
Yeah.
but no. Misses. I mean, Archimedes distracted him and yourself. So you do have inspiration.
I do have
I
inspiration.
mean,
So
you should have said before, but I can let you use it now if you want to.
all right. So that's
Is it D8 or D6? By this
D8, I
point,
think.
D8. Okay.
8. I'm gonna add that D8,
All right, go for it.
and it's just a 1.
Okay, no, misses.
That inspiration did not work on me.
I tried to be nice, guys. It's not my fault.
Hey, it matches the inspiration given. Just saying.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, monkey.
I want to try to kill him.
So the guys that came to you. Okay, go for it.
So I have a 19, so
Yeah,
25.
I'm pretty sure that hits.
It's a 5. Can I go second one? No, it's not. It's below 10. So,
Okay, no.
so
So you once more twist around, bare paws in air, just rake one with a claw. He's injured but not incapacitated. Edmund.
How many guards are in melee range with me?
The three of them because you're both
The three
together.
of them, okay.
Yeah. No?
I'm going to cast.
he's trying to kill us.
I want to cast Burning Hands, which is a 15-foot cone. Can I cast that without catching Monkey?
Don't
No.
kill him.
Monkey's like,
But he doesn't care.
Come on. I have
So
fur.
you can.
fine. How many of them can I catch with the cone?
All of them.
Three?
All of them,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna cast that.
Go for it.
So that's the dexterity saving throw
Dex
for
save.
all of
For
them?
monkey and for myself. Fail. 15?
15. No, I mean it succeeds. It's
Okay.
14.
And 2 fails, 1 success.
Okay.
And monkey?
17.
All right, you succeed. You take half damage.
How much is off
Oh,
damage?
This is good. So this is 13 fire damage.
Okay.
Half for the ones that succeed.
The ones that, so I would say that the one that was injured succeeded, but half damage is still enough. And the other two just, the three of them, you just stretch your hands out in a widespread motion and just flames gout from the tip of your fingers and you just stop seeing anything for a moment because it's just bright light. And then when it subsides, just a pile of smoldering corpses and it smells like burned fur from the bear.
Terribly sorry, Mr. Monkey. I panicked.
Show off.
But yeah, 2 guards are asleep,
I
4 are dead.
there are no guards in melee with me right now.
No. So
I'm gonna bolt it. I'm gonna keep running.
okay, so you go towards the end of the corridor. The ones that are sleeping, you are aware that they will wake up in about 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
On a note, I will steal one of the guards that died's figure
Okay.
because of like the thing, and
Oh, I see.
you know,
okay.
so now I really can be like them,
Yeah.
and I will stay down there.
You stay there.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So the 3 of you bolt towards the end of the corridor, and you stay there.
Yeah.
You just book it. 40 seconds. 40 seconds pass, and the other 2. Steve, what happened? And he points at the 4 smoldering corpses. What? Steve, what is that? What is this?
We have a gas leak, Bob.
Oh no! Sure, his name is Bob. Why not? Steve, I'm gonna go up. Paul, come with me. And both of them just bolted upstairs.
I would actually know their names because I know everything that guy
Oh shit!
does.
Yeah, his name
He's
is Bob.
really
and
Bob,
the
I
other
told
one's
you.
Paul.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Paul, Bob. See ya. And I'll just follow
And you
my
walked
guys.
it. Okay. At this point, guys, you reach a door that seems to be the entrance to the security facility. It seems to be properly locked this time. It's a set of metallic doors with 2 terminals, not only one.
With 2?
2 terminals, not only one
Okay.
for the security system.
Oh boy.
And a mechanical lock as well. How are we gonna do this, guys?
So now I'll arrive later, dressed up as a guard.
Yeah. And you guys go, what? Then you think, oh, wait, no, it's Mr. Crane. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. And what's the plan, guys?
I'm in my
Agents,
2 feet
I'm approaching.
and I'm
3
ready
minutes
to
left.
tear up the door. So I got
Right. You guys take care of the face thingy. I can just do the lock.
You
The
wanna
normal
physically try and tear the door down?
and I'm just opening my arms.
Okay. He's opening his arms. You know, just letting you know.
Okay, okay.
Just letting you know, guys.
Like 30 seconds. Let's think this through. What are we doing?
Is it face recognition?
It's the same kind
why
of terminal,
am I
but
being
there's
the voice
two
of
of
reason
them.
here? This isn't.
Well, I cannot be that awesome, so I'll take care of one.
Miss Samir, I think you should take care of the other one, as you are the only other person who can disguise herself.
I guess I will then.
Okay.
So I'm gonna disguise myself as her because that's the only one I've seen.
And I'll
yep,
do
yep.
Henry.
We'll do Henry. Perfect. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Who's gonna?
we don't have
Pick
the
the lock.
password.
We don't know if it's the same one or not.
Okay, let's try it out.
Okay.
Quickly, because I'm really afraid of getting without magic.
Yes, you can.
Yay!
Thank
grab
you.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the
The,
passwords.
the password is little pretty treasure.
That sounds so intimidating. I'm scared.
All right.
So you do that, and
We do.
you feel the energy in the panels as you kind of face it.
Face recognition activated. Password, please.
And you say the thing, and the light dies down, but there's still the mechanical lock.
Yeah, I'm gonna handle that too.
Go for it.
All right. Oh, there's no one here. I'm just gonna go for it. That's 15 plus 3 plus 5, so I'm
Okay,
guessing that's
so-
okay.
Is that 21?
Yeah.
All right, so you need a 20. That's very good that you... No, nice. Yeah, very carefully, Ilya, still disguised as Lara, you go down very carefully with your tools, and the doors open up. In front of you, you see a room filled with perpetual scorching rays. Like every corner of the room, pretty much like a laser room, guys, but scorching rays, because the ending.
Oh boy.
And in the center of the room, there are 3 boxes that are just constantly magically shifting around erratically. And in the end, at the end, next to the wall, there are 2 panels with the same kind of terminals. Agents, I am almost there. 2 minutes until retrieval.
I am
I'm maintaining
dead.
it.
Come on, Edmund.
I'm
Can you
No.
overpass this?
No, no, I can. I cannot. Do you see those box shiftings as if it weren't enough for the rays?
Aren't you supposed to
Oh,
be the one
smart
that's
guy.
going
What,
to...
Oh, whoa,
would
wait,
my
wait.
mage hand do anything to this? Can I?
Levitate.
Okay.
And I turn towards the wall, and I'm going to time my moments as accurately as possible. And as soon as I see the scorching rays open, I push myself with as hard as I can and go to the other side. Just
Okay, so
Superman.
clarification. The scorching rays are not moving, so it's basically a static grid of
Oh.
scorching rays.
Does that make it easier, or
It makes it easier if you're gonna acrobatics your way out of it.
okay?
It makes it harder if you're trying to go straight
Okay,
in.
okay.
Okay. Can I drop
Make
my...
me perception checks, everyone,
How-
before.
Oh, that's better. That's shit.
18.
18? Anyone higher than 18?
19.
Nope.
Okay, 19. Ilya and Edmund, you see as you focus on the noise of the aeration cycle system, almost over, you have 2 minutes, you see there's some kind of air vent in this room that maybe you could climb on.
Do you know what would be really helpful? To send an owl into
All
the
right.
vent to see if it's safe.
All right, Archimedes, go.
Like through the rays or up the vent?
Up the vent.
Up the vent, yeah. So Archimedes goes and you hear... Oh, because you can communicate with it.
Yeah, I'm watching.
So you're watching through and it reaches... Like it has a false ceiling kind of structure, so you go up through the vent and it has a grid on the middle of the room where the boxes are. So you can look down and see the boxes kind of moving around.
All right, we can go up. It's fine. We can see the boxes from up above.
I can try to.
I'm just gonna jump up there.
Yeah, so
Let's all try.
you go up. Who's going up?
I'm going to drop my bear, and I'm going to grab my my collar, and I go monkey,
Okay.
and I go.
And go up, yeah, easily enough. Yeah, so, Mr. Crane?
I will stay as a guard.
You'll stay as the guard. Okay, perfect. So the three of you go up the vent, and you reach. There's only space for one person here, though. It's kind of tight, so you kind of reach this grid in the middle of the room. What are you guys doing?
I want to do one thing prior to that. I want to cast a minor illusion on the hallway, on the door that we just opened, to make it seem like it is locked still.
Okay. Last 1 minute, correct?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. It's not like you have much more than 1 minute, to be honest.
So I'm first of all, I'm gonna send Archimedes down to try to grab one of the boxes.
Okay, make me an acrobat, because they are moving around. It's really hard. You also feel like the panels on the end of the room might deactivate the movement of the box.
All right, we can try to
But-
reach that.
Make me an acrobatics check,
Yeah.
because you said it already.
It's fine. Oh, Archie. That was a 1.
Oh boy.
Poor Archie.
So you all see, Mr. Crane, your back is facing the room as you're watching, keeping guard, and suddenly, what is this? Fried chicken? As you send Archie's disappears.
And I just turn to Edmund and see, you see, a cat could have done that.
Cat wouldn't fly.
It would be much better at jumping down things.
I am in position. 1 minute until retrieval, agents.
Let's try the panels, Mr. Oh, Mr.
I can go. I can go top the panels. You just grab the box.
All right.
Are the panels they're like voice activated? Or
No, they seem to be different. Seem to be
oh,
like.
okay, then I go as well. And I try.
Okay.
How far
How are
away
you
are
going
they?
there?
Sorry?
How are you going there? So the vent stops in the middle of the room.
Oh, okay.
How far away
I'm
are-
going
Okay, so you're going for one panel. Who's going for the other one?
How far away are the panels?
It's not very big. It's like 15 feet or
So I
something.
can just send my mage hand.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So you take one, and Monkey, make me acrobatics check. Does someone still have tokens? Might be very necessary, you know.
Advantage?
It's
And-
below 10.
So 10. All right. One. Good.
Thank you.
Advantage.
You're the best
Advantage
audience,
or
thank
an
you.
item. If you feel like an item can help him, you can choose an item as well. But advantage if you want. Okay, so you look at the. I'm not sure how that's going to help. Let me think for a second. You look to the corner of the room, and you feel there's a wooden ladder there, and you take it, and you feel like if you go through it and put it in front of you, if by any chance you make a mistake, the ladder will burn first, and you can.
Yeah, that
All right.
sounds awesome.
Very well.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So instead of advantage, you will take some damage, but
Yeah, sure.
half. How's that?
That sounds.
Okay. What's the
perfect.
roll? What was the roll without advantage then?
It was 9.
9. Okay.
9.
Oh, boy.
You take 32, half to 16.
I'm a monkey, so I.
All right. You take 1. You drop your monkey form, and you take 15. 4 damage, but you made it to the control panel, which is good. So you press it. You press it. They stop. You take it out. They continue to move. So you need to stay there. Okay. So
My
stay
mage
there.
hand is gonna stay there, and I'm gonna drop down.
Okay. Perfect. How are you gonna drop down?
All right. I'm just gonna. I'll try to.
Someone's
jump
gonna
down
hold
and-
you. You're gonna rope yourself. Well,
All right. All right. All right. I will rope myself.
Edmund, you're still up there, right? So you
Yeah.
hold the rope.
Do you expect me to hold that?
I'm not that. What are you implying? I'm not that heavy.
I saw you eating the shrimp. Fine, give me the rope.
I'm only half human.
You grab the rope, and this is the moment in the movies where the music would come in. As Ilya just ties the rope around her waist and just goes slowly but steadily. Edmund lowers her down and just goes. Nope, no more. Copyright. And there are 3 boxes, Ilya. Which one are you picking?
Oh boy.
behind
All right.
door number
There's
2.
a...
The third one.
Okay, that was easy. I was going to describe them, but sure.
I would like.
All right, okay, please
So,
describe them.
there's a wooden box, a lead box, and an iron box.
Oh, I'm gonna say, Eddie, there's a wooden box, a lead box, and an iron box.
What were we?
I don't know, you're
looking
the
for
smart
again?
one. You're the smart one.
Could we go over the mission once more?
20 times, come on.
Oh, I think it was like acid or a virus or
Yeah.
it was bad.
Yeah.
Perhaps not a wood.
So leather. Yes, leather, wood, and lead. Was that it?
Lead, wood, and iron.
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 I will go with the lead, Mr. Muir.
All right, let it is.
Lead it is. Good thing you changed. You pick the box up, and the alarm, like a noise alarm, goes off. Like
I cast minor illusion just to make sure I can do magic.
you can, yeah, you can.
Oh, good, we're fine. Just keep
I'm like-
going.
I'm like, pull me up, pull me up.
I never said the alarm would take your magical abilities off. I just let it drag because I love the fact that you believe that. I never said that.
Edmund continues to be freaked. I'm so pissed. No.
You have to come back.
Can
Just go through the beams.
No, I have to. No,
Okay, wiggle
Can
your-
can I jump and grab something in the ceiling? Is there something that I can?
There's not really much to hold on. You can try. It's gotta be hard to see. You wanna try?
Oh.
Do you, Mr. Monkey? Do you need levitation?
That would be a help. Yes.
Actually, can I just like hold on to the rope and untie me and leave the rope just climb up?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure, easy.
So at least there's still a rope there. Maybe you can make it to the rope.
Okay, so you need to cross half the room now because the rope's still hanging. All right. So make me an acrobatics check then.
No, you guys.
You can do disadvantage if you want. You can do disadvantage, huh?
21.
21. Okay, fair enough. You wiggle your way around it very carefully, but expeditely because time's up. And you continue and you hold the rope and you hoist yourself up, and the three of you exit. Mr. Crane, you see as all of them, one after another, drop down next to you, and the alarm continues to sound.
We need Crane.
I don't really know what to do now. Mr.
Tom Bruce.
Mr. Bruce.
Mr. Bruce.
Mr. Bruce.
I am in position. Where are you? Where are you? I repeat, where are you?
We have the item. What's the optimal point for extraction?
Can we jump the window?
Go back to the main hall. Break the window.
On it, and we bolt.
Okay.
We vote?
Continue. At this point, let's do a thing I like to call a skill challenge. This
Oh,
doesn't
boy.
happen in 5e, but it's from 4th edition. Tell me, one at a time, what skill would you like to use to aid in escaping? Let's start with Monkey.
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
So what are you trying to do? Describe to me how you use your acrobatics to aid in escaping.
I will be fastest and using all of the positions that are around to get advantage to my.
Okay, so you're not
like
gonna.
parkouring.
Yeah, it's less helping the team, but just you are bolting it. Okay, make me an acrobatics check. Oh boy.
It's below 10 again.
10, okay. Oh, advantage? All right. There we go.
Okay, it's better now. It's 16.
16, you succeed. So you parkour your way through the walls. He's gaining a little bit on you guys, but hey, scouting ahead. Might do something, I don't know. Monkey's weird. Mr. Crane.
So you mean I will. Can I use?
At this point, as you're running, you see a bunch of guards approaching. So you can take that into consideration to use your skills if you want to.
How many guards?
There's appears to be like 3, I think.
3 guards.
They're cutting a corner, so there might be more.
I will cast hypnotic pattern on them.
Okay, make me an Arcana check.
10.
10. Ooh, that's not a success. That's a failure. You try and cast, but you're running at the same time. You're out of breath as you go as you do the verbal components, and they go wrong, and you cast a minor illusion.
I'm gonna take my ring of spell holding, which he actually put a hypnotic pattern onto, and I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay,
I'm gonna try it
make me an
again.
Arcana check.
It's his Arcana check because he loaded the ring.
Make me another Arcana check. But it counts as your skill.
This time I'm going to roll it on the floor because it was a 12.
Wow.
10 plus 16.
Success. Mr. Crane, you see as Ilya just steps forward and like fists the air basically, and you see this colorful palette of crystalline display on the ceiling and the walls, and the guards just go and stay there, looking at the ceiling and the wall.
Punching bag.
So I will use darkness as a spell,
Okay.
and I'll say colorful. That's so not in fashion, and I'll change everything to dark.
Everything to dark. Okay, what are you trying to do with this? Elucidate me.
So everything is dark, so they cannot illuminate, and it goes like it says in the spell that it goes like it can extend after corners, because I didn't see guards after
Correct.
corners.
What is the level of hypnotic pattern?
It's
Third level.
third level.
What's the level of your darkness?
It's like the thing that these things do.
Second?
I think it's second, yeah. So your darkness, luckily, does not extinguish the hypnotic pattern, so the guards are still there. But you are under cover of darkness, where dark vision doesn't really work in darkness, but you know, because you were going here. So people won't see you for at least 60 feet, which is the range of darkness. So that's good. Make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Yeah, Arcana check.
Yeah.
Actually, make it just a straight Constitution check, because this is your tiefling thing. It's not really your
Okay.
expertise in magic. That's what you get for re-rolling, little.
Constitution saving or
Just check.
just check. Okay, it's a 9.
9, so it's a failure. Oh boy. The guards will try and shrug it off, because they can, right? Or is that...
With the hypnotic pattern,
Yeah.
they are charmed for the duration, and while they're charmed, they're incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
Oh no, in that case the guards do nothing. And you continue to run, and you reach the set of double doors that leads to the main hall, and open up, and everyone looks, what's happening? And starts screaming as these 4 lunatics just come bolting from downstairs with a lead box on your hands. Ah! Agents, 10 seconds for extraction, fast.
Is there any glass
One more
window?
skill. Yeah, so the main hall has this huge 20 feet pane of glass.
Okay, that's gonna be a magic missile level 3 towards the window, and bolt quest implausible style.
Okay.
I changed to monkey.
You change the monkey? What are you doing?
I'm gonna take my ring and use catapult on the window as well.
Okay, so you just...
We really want to break that window.
Mr. Crane?
I will switch my face to a random dude.
To a random dude. I do not wish to be recognized.
I'll stop running. Okay, bye guys.
Actually, will I still be that guy with the sky self? From
You're
before?
still Lara.
Oh, I'm still Laura.
Because he didn't drop it, yeah.
Yeah. Right, okay.
Screw my party.
You would still be Henry, I guess.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not.
No,
It's
now
my
you're not.
party and
I was
I'll
the
fly
I was
if
the
I
guard,
want to.
so-
Wait, no, but after that you were Henry for the lock. Doesn't matter.
But I can switch back to the guard.
His daughter just jumping out the window.
But then they look at Lara. It's another one. So you see as Edmund just bolts through the monkey probably on first, opens the double set of doors, and Edmund just goes and shoots 5 magic missiles, right? 5
Yes.
to each pane of glass, shattering everything. You just take the shards of glass and catapult them out of the way, and the 4 of you just go, and you just are behind just. Yeah, change your face.
I'll just
and
change
just
my face.
go
Go to the
and
kitchen or
jump
something.
immediately, and make me acrobatics check, everyone, or athletics, whatever. you want.
Is it possible to stay in the...
You want to stay?
I want to stay.
Okay, you stay.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
go to the kitchen, I don't know, give out some
All
shrimps.
right, all right, all right.
21.
21.
14.
Okay.
12.
Okay, it's easy enough. I mean, Mr. Bruce is a very capable pilot as well. So he kind of moves and swivels the Night Cruiser X as you are falling through the window, and just land on top of it. And he opens the hatch. Welcome home, agents. And you soar away in the night sky, having retrieved the lead box containing the dangerous arcane fires. This is where the story of you three ends. For now. Hello. Hey. Mr. Crane. We'll get back to you. Before that, let's go. As every good movie that needs a sequel, let's go towards the end scene. If I find it. Another one.
Is this like after credits?
I don't know where it is. Yeah, there you go. So,
Time for desserts.
shifts scene as Night Cruiser X soars to the night sky, forever gone, and Mr. Crane blends in with the shocked crowds, gasping in awe, pretending to be shocked.
I am shocked.
Scene fades, and we are transported back to the high security chamber. You see a harsh-looking woman with short blonde hair and scars on the left side of her face. She's dressed in a blue-purplish half-plate armor and walks the corridor, followed by two individuals. One of them very tall and muscly, and the other one thin, nimble, and dressed in a lot of furs. This woman's dragging Henry Viriani by the scruff of his neck and drags him through the corridor. As he reaches the high security chamber, she sees that the doors have been cracked open, obviously, and apart from the faint smell of burning wood, there are only two boxes and one missing. At the sight of this and the realization that whatever she came here to retrieve wasn't there anymore, she seems to lose her mind, and she turns back to Henry, and you see 3 purple blasts emanate from her hands as just impact Henry, and he's knocked out, unconscious, dead perhaps. The camera pans on the face of this woman, and you now can recognize that the scar on her face is not a blunt weapon or slashing weapon scar. It's acid. Same thing occurs in her left arm. Beneath the half plate, it seems to be horribly wilted and melted in large quantities of acid. Scene fades. We do not know what happens to Mr. Crane. We might find out if there's a Quest Implausible 2. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for staying and watching. I would like to thank, first of all, big round of applause to Ricardo for playing Edmund, to Rita, who portrayed Ilya, Francisco, who was playing the annoying Mr. Crane, and Bruno for playing the shape-shifting monkey.
Thank you.
That was so much fun.
I hope you
It really
enjoyed
was.
it, huh?
And thank you to the Dungeon Master, please.
Yeah.
And yeah. Andre?
Round 2 now?
Round 2, yeah. So,
Yeah, come on.
guys, buckle in for Quest Implausible 2.
Do we level up?
Where I make up a new adventure on the spot.
In 2 seconds.